investigation said former Miami police officer Miguel Hernandez used excessive force when arresting 20-year-old Julissa Burgos in November of 2020. Despite yelling she is pregnant, Burgos is placed in a patrol car. She then spits at Hernandez. Hernandez then grabs her by the neck and slams her to the ground, knocking her unconscious. Police say Hernandez was arresting her for vandalism after she allegedly rubbed a cigar against his car. I'm gonna tell you one more time. Burgos, whose face was scraped, was also charged with criminal mischief and assault on a police officer, but those charges were dismissed. Burgos filed a complaint against Hernandez with Internal Affairs.
He's no longer a police officer in the city of Miami, but he's also been decertified by the state of Florida.
Miami police say an Internal Affairs investigation was conducted and they cooperated with prosecutors. This letter shows how Hernandez resigned on June 22nd of 2021. The day after that, the state attorney's office said Hernandez would not be charged, noting the complainant, Julissa Burgos, did not want to cooperate with the prosecution by going to trial. She was concerned about her individual case. She and her father said they were satisfied Hernandez was not going to be a police officer anymore. Now, the civilian investigative panel proposed possible misconduct by Miami police. They could come up with a series of recommendations. Before he resigned, Hernandez was a 17-year veteran. We are live at Miami City Hall. Peter Dunch, CBS 4 News.
Peter, thank you. Hernandez initially arrested Julissa Burgos for allegedly loitering and smoking at that gas station, which is not far from Marlins Park. In an official complaint, Burgos said, quote, "I suffer from stress-induced seizures. I have no control over what happened."
Hello, good people. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker, coming back at you live once again from the Lone Star State with another edition of the Media Mike Speaks. All right, good people. This story was sent to me by one of my subscribers, and this shouldn't have happened. This was totally uncalled for and totally unnecessary. This officer needed to go. I'm surprised criminal charges were not filed on him. When civilians tell you a common sense action to take, like you just should have closed the door to the vehicle, that's bad. That really is. You see why, people, we are the voice of the everyday citizen? It's stuff like this is what I'm talking about. Now, this 20-year-old woman, they saying physically resisted. Yes, she did. And there are different versions of the video. There are some versions where they walked up on her. She was sitting on the curb, and I forgot what he was saying to her, but it's something. This is something dealing with a cigar on the officer or on the vehicle, but it's weird. But as you saw, she spat on him. This happened way after the fact, and he pulled her from the car by her neck and slammed her to the ground. She was knocked unconscious, as you see in the bruises on the video. I mean, on the photo. And you saw the second cop say, "Hey man, what the hell, man?" And all the civilians came like, "Look, what's wrong with you?" Now he did resign. He resigned his position, and he relinquished his certification, saying he's retiring. And it's gone before a Miami civilian investigative panel. I don't know what good that's going to do because it is the DA's office. But according to the DA, the Miami-Dade District Attorney's office, They released a closeout memo saying Hernandez will not be prosecuted and noting that he could no longer be a police officer in the state of Florida. Doesn't mean he can't be a police officer somewhere else. That's the scary part. Now, Miss Ulicia Burgos, that is the complainant, the victim, she didn't want to cooperate with prosecution by going to trial. She was concerned about her individual case. So the good thing about it is that all these charges were dismissed as far as her initially being charged with criminal mischief and assault on a police officer. I mean, yeah. But the report said she was arrested for vandalism after allegedly rubbing her cigar against a police officer. I don't know, really. Now, she did say, Ms. Burgos, that she suffered from stress-induced seizures and she have no control of what happens, unquote. But the bottom line is, good people, he never should have been a police officer. If you saw the other video, if you look this up, it's one of those things where you have to let it go. Let this go. She was sitting down. They tried to get her to get up to come do something. I guess she had done something. And she said, hey, wait a minute. Just don't put your hands on me. It's like, it's really ridiculous. It's like, to me, it's like the Miami PD, you have nothing else better to do on your day than go do this? Really? You see, this is things like this where people want to defund the police. Not saying I agree with that totally, but it's incidents like this where people, you can see why they say defund the police, which is ludicrous, but you can't do this. It was stupid. Shut the door. If she's running them out, just close the door. Close the door. But it's like he was leaving it open for whatever reason, I guess waiting on her to do something. And she did. And this is how he reacted. Now I understand the fact that, okay, you spat on me. Now I have to go get an HIV test. I got to do all these things. But the bottom line is that could have been prevented. Just close the door. But anyway, let me know what you think about this story here. This was bad. This is, and it pissed me off to the highest level of festivity, people, to do that. That reaction, you caused that yourself. You know, I mean, maybe they called the police on her. I think they did because she was for loitering and smoking at the gas station. All you have to do, really, just say, look at, ma'am, if you don't mind, just step away here. Just come on over here with me. She really would have cooperated. It was just the tone of the officers, really. She really, I do believe, would have cooperated. If you said, look, if you know why we're here, come on, don't make a scene. Let's just, we got to just walk you off the premises. That's all. Just, but I don't know. I just got the wrong people in the profession, wrong individuals in it. Never should have been a cop. In my professional expertise, I used to be one. Certain people just don't fit. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
Understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep on.